So here's the deal, right? I generally like Amazon. I pay for Prime. They're convenient. They have fast, free shipping when you have Prime. Generally, their products are okay. Like with any online marketplace, you have to watch, what sellers you're buying from. But generally, Amazon is pretty good. They have a phenomenal returns process. I don't think I've ever really had a problem with a return. So Amazon is generally good. But I have been having one particular problem on Amazon, and it's when I buy movies. Not movies through Amazon Prime Video, but physical media movies that get mailed to me, okay? I didn't used to have this problem with them. It would happen very infrequently, but it's been happening more and more and more. And my last shipment of physical media, this was a big, big problem. And it just keeps getting more and more frequent, more and more blatant. And so I thought I should probably talk about it. What has been happening is I have been receiving what I believe to be returns repackaged and sold as new. So these would be movies that have been bought by people, returned to Amazon for whatever reason, repackaged and resold as new. Now, I don't have a problem with Amazon selling returns, especially if they're in fine condition, but they need to sell them as open box or as used, and discount them at least a little. I'd be fine with that. There's people who are all over that kind of market, right? There are thrifters, there are people who buy used all the time because it generally is cheaper. They want to save a few bucks, they're getting good quality stuff. If it's, there are people who will buy that stuff. But when I buy a movie and the condition is listed as new, and this is something sold and fulfilled by Amazon, mind you, okay? When it's listed as new, I take that to mean it's brand new in new condition, okay? Has never been opened before. There's no problems with it. I started to receive movies that were wrapped in slightly different plastic than is typical for movies to be wrapped in. So, the typical movie wrapping is kind of like that crunchy plastic that kind of, once you get it to tear, it tears very easily. Sometimes they have, the little easy open tabs, but it's the crunchy plastic, okay? I started to notice that I was getting Blu-rays and 4K discs that were wrapped in more kind of like a shrink wrap or plastic wrappy kind of texture. It was a much softer plastic that is a lot more stretchy. And I thought to myself, oh, that's interesting. They're changing the way that they package discs. And at first I thought it was kind of nice because the typical plastic that they wrap DVDs in can tend to adhere to the spine of the DVD. I'm assuming it's heat treated in some manner when they put that on, and it sticks to the spine, and sometimes you can't get that plastic off, and it's a real pain. So I was excited at first when I saw this new type of plastic. But then what I realized is that they were discs that had been opened at some point. The factory packaging had been ripped off of them, and they were just rewrapped. Now, how do I know this? Because when I unwrap the package from this different kind of plastic, the remnants of that old plastic are on the spine still. It's stuck on the spine. So it has obviously been unwrapped from its factory packaging and rewrapped in, like I said, a kind of like heat shrink or shrink wrap, kind of a more stretchy plastic. Not only that, but sometimes these cases are damaged. Sometimes the cases are broken. Sometimes the latch that latches the case shut is broken. Sometimes the art has like a puncture through it. Usually the discs are fine, but the cases, and I collect physical media, so the cases and the art are important to me. A lot of times the cases have been damaged in some manner. Basically, what I'm trying to say is when I buy something new, I want to receive a new product that is not beat to crap and that has not been opened before. Please, that's my one request, okay? Now, could I return these items? Yes, I probably could have a legitimate claim to return these items, especially if they're damaged. Obviously, I would have a legitimate claim to return them. It just gets very tedious when almost every shipment you're getting like at least one that's damaged and repackaged, and sometimes there's several. One of my last shipments, I got 3, I think, that were like that, and then one that was not repackaged, but it was just crushed to kingdom come. And so I'm just kind of done buying physical media from Amazon because it's gotten more and more frequent that they are this kind of repackaged return that is slightly damaged. And me as a collector, that just drives me absolutely up a wall. So what I have here is an unopened Amazon package. We're going to see if I get one of these returns, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. If we don't, good for them, I guess. If we do, it'll serve my point. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this. I have not opened this. Obviously, it's sealed still, so I won't show you my shipping label, but we're opening it. All right, so these look like they might be okay. Already I have a suspicion that one of them might be repackaged, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's just do a quick movie haul here. The Fugitive, starring Harrison Ford. This is one I grew up watching, and it's a really solid thriller. And this is the 4K of it. Actually came with a slipcover, which is very nice. And the slip is in relatively okay condition, so props to Amazon on that one. And it does not seem like the disc has been repackaged, so win. All right. Alita Battle Angel. There you go. Wow. Blu-ray 3D 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital code. I did not realize this came with a 3D version, but that's cool. Again, this one is not repackaged, so kudos to them. This seems like it's in the original factory packaging, so booyah. Of course, this is going to be the shipment that I don't have one, so I can't demo it to you. Dunkirk by Christopher Nolan, directed by Christopher Nolan, 4K. Okay, so perfect. Here we have one that I believe has been repackaged. All right, so we have The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, starring Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. Focus. Okay, listen to the difference. Listen to the difference, right? So this is Dunkirk. This was new factory packaging. Do you hear the crunch? Okay, that's the typical packaging that movies come in. Okay, this, no crunch. Okay, it's like a stretchy cellophane shrink wrap. Okay, and we'll see when I get this open if I can see any remnants of the old plastic. But it is my belief that this is not the factory packaging. Now, if someone has other information on this, and I'm just full of it, you can definitely tell me. Let me reiterate that I know at least one of the ones that I've gotten had been repackaged because, like I said, I saw the remnants of the old plastic on it after I had peeled this plastic off. So, okay, well, kudos to them. There is no remnants of the old plastic. And the discs seem to be there. The insert seems to be there. So this is fine. Like, I guess I have no problem with this. Like, if this was a return, right, and it's been repackaged, there's not any damage to it. It looks fine. I'm okay with this, okay? Still, I would like them to be just kind of transparent about new condition versus a repackaged return, but this is okay. So I can illustrate my point here, okay? See this plastic? It's a little more stretchy, and this is what it sounds like, okay? Versus, see how much more crunchy that is? It's a different kind of plastic. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe this video is just kind of useless, but it's something that I've noticed. Luckily, all of the discs in here, they look like they're in good shape. The cases are all in good shape. Only one maybe was a repackaged return. I can't prove it. My point is, I just want to get what the listing says I'm going to get, right? And I understand. Places like eBay, sometimes people fudge the descriptions a little bit. But like I said, the movies that I'm buying for the most part are sold by Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon. So it's not like some third-party seller. It just was getting to a point where I was so frequently getting these, what I believe to be repackaged returns that were damaged, that I was just getting very disheartened. And I was like, I don't know if I want to buy from Amazon anymore, because I can go to boutiques like Arrow Video, Criterion, Vinegar Syndrome, all these like boutique labels, and get movies that I like. And then Groove seems to be a really good place to get movies. I haven't had issues with shipments from Groove at all so far. So, and Groove has some good deals sometimes, but you know, it disheartened me because Amazon is very convenient for me. I pay for Prime. It's fast shipping. Usually they have okay deals, but you know, I started to feel like in the end they were sending me junk. They were sending me like all of the junk discs, and that bothered me because I collect them. I like the aesthetics of them. I want them to be pristine. And so it was just disheartening that I was getting so many that looked like they had been repackaged and used, but they were sold as new, and then a lot of them were just damaged, and I was like, oh, stop doing this to me. So I hope this video was informative in some way to you. I don't know. Do with this information what you will. Have a good one.